Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, everybody. So we've got the Border Patrol telling lawmakers on average, right? There's an average of 5,000 illegal immigrants just being released into the United States every day. 5,000 a day. And that there were almost 700,000 known gotaways. And those are the ones, I guess, Chad, you explain it better than I do.
So those are the ones that do not want to be processed or apply for asylum. Their goal is to get into the country and just keep on going.
Okay.
And coming in no contact with Border Patrol.
All right. The port of entry still closed in Lukeville, Arizona. It's been like that for a week. Earlier today, our next guest was down on the border. And, of course, he's joining us again, Adam Klepp. You heard him last week a couple times with us, reporter for KGUN 9 in Tucson. Adam, thanks for joining us. So, from what I understand, when you got to the border wall this morning, things looked a little different. What was different?
Yeah, thanks for having me back, guys. Turned right to head to the area of the wall where their migrants are usually standing there and sitting, and was driving my car, and all of a sudden they were all walking towards me. So the Border Patrol was walking the migrants from the spot where they kind of gather after they've crossed the border illegally to where they actually process and transport everybody out. I've never seen them take the buses, far down the road to where they gather because it's so, windy, bumpy, dirt road. So they just had them walking towards me. So that's when I got out and started filming and made my story for today.
So what you're saying, Adam, is it's working, right? We can reopen the border because they're not staying there. Yeah, how about that? So they're walking down there. Is anybody, because I know the last time we talked to you, Adam, you said, look, they're here to make sure that, these guys don't get unruly because we've had a few of those things. Are Border Patrol pointing them in the right direction? Are there signs now?
Yeah, I mean, there's only one road, so you tell them to walk one way, and they'll make it there. And there's a Border Patrol van up front driving, and one pulling up the rear just to watch for any stragglers or anybody that they've waited all night to do that walk, so a lot of them are exhausted anyway, making sure everyone can get there. And but it was interesting showing up this morning, being at that spot at the wall where I've mainly been reporting from, and not seeing anybody there. They all walked to the area and got processed and transported out.
Adam Klepp, reporter, KGUN 9 in Tucson. So you said they're staying there all night. How are they keeping warm? It's chilly.
They are making fires out of whatever they can find, branches, trash. I have even seen pieces of cactus burned there on the ground, and they have those nylon. The things you kind of get after you run a marathon. They've got those strewn everywhere. Gosh. And a lot of them just say, when you're out there, they're freezing. They've been there for days. It's tough conditions.
What's the makeup of the people you're seeing? Is it still a vast majority of 20 to 45 or 50-year-old men with a few families in between?
Everyone today was single adult men. I'm assuming the families, if they were there, were transported out earlier in the morning before I got there. It was men today from Senegal, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Ecuador, Mexico, Santo Domingo, Guatemala, a lot of different countries today, and heading all over the country. We did a report last week at the border. Migrants saying they're going to Michigan, Alabama. I talked to a guy today going to Georgia, another one going to New York City. So they're not planning on staying in Lukeville.
No,
that's for
sure. So when you say that, because I see your videos too, they're all adult male. Okay, so they have families that also snuck in with them. So let's say their wife and two kids, they were processed before them.
Either that, or the families are maybe going to come in the future, or they believe that they can get a job here in the United States and send money home, either to help their families back home or to help them come to the U.S., or they're just making off on their own. I've had single adult men at the border just tell me, yeah, my family is back in my home country, but I just wanted to come to America.
All right. So all this going on, you're seeing all this stuff happening. Seems to be really slowing down. We're seeing how many people are releasing into the country every day. With all of this happening, because I'm sure you see the Border Patrol off off the mic and off, script and the record. What are they saying?
I mean, they're tired. I mean, they've been tired for 3 years of what's going on. For what it's worth, they're still there doing their jobs, and at least they're not totally coming over to me yet and saying put me on camera and let me say all the things about the job that are going wrong. Yuma Sector Chief Chris Clem responded or made a tweet last week saying that the agents are at their wits' end. It's definitely not a great situation. Art Del Cueto, the Border Patrol union head, also has said that many times that those guys are just frustrated.
Adam Klepp is joining us, reporter KGUN 9 in Tucson. Do you get the feeling that the Border Patrol agents feel, it's better to leave that Lukeville port closed because now we're getting help from the personnel that was once there?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe today why there wasn't anybody at the wall is just because they're able to process everybody faster, and the CBP officers are helping with that. It also could be just with maybe a little dip in the numbers here after Governor Hobbs came on Saturday. We won't really know the numbers for this week until on Friday when Sector Chief Moglin will tweet those out. But it seems that at least for today, there was less people just kind of standing around in the cold, and they were processing everybody fairly quickly.
Any sense of when they might think about reopening this at all? Because I know there's some border agents saying, look, we're going to have to make choices, and this seems to be one of the choices that's being made right now, which is to keep this closed because people are needed elsewhere.
Well, that's the question all of the businesses are asking me. They're asking me if I know anything about it. Right now, we haven't heard anything on whether there's a date they're targeting, or even really, hey, if the numbers dip below this point, then we can reopen. Just kind of crickets on that one right now in wait-and-see mode. But the business is there, and why certainly can't wait much longer.
All right, so it was a little better today. I'm just trying to grasp some sort of silver lining. It was a little bit better today, less people coming in possibly?
That's what it seemed like.
All right. Hey, Adam, we're going to call you back later this week. I just want you to know you're basically working on the station, too. So we're going to
get you a shirt, a hat, all the stuff that you need.
Yeah, we're going to get it all for you.
I'll give you guys my Venmo here.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Thanks, man. Adam Klepp, reporter for KGUN 9 in Tucson at the border earlier today. He's watching all this happen. It is interesting because I was watching some of his videos, and he was in his car. And everybody started walking past his car. So he stopped his car, got out, and asked everybody where they were from. They're right in the middle of the road.
Yeah. Like you said last week, I don't know where they're going.
Nope.
But they're just taking off. My goodness.
It is such a mess. It is so embarrassing. You got a gut feeling about when they're going to open that port?
I think it's going to be the first of the year sometime. Now, I don't think they're going to keep it closed for months and months, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not till after the first of the year. What about you?
I don't know, man. I think they got to get this thing open in less than 2 weeks.
You
have to.
Thanks for watching Gaydos and Chad. Click to watch more and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.